Hey, my famous fans! Welcome back to Famous Faces Scoop TV. It's your girl back with another piping hot and dramatic celebrity tea. Buckle up because this one's a doozy. A very sad one to talk about. A celebrity drama series with lots of questions. Today, we're diving deep into the shocking story that's got everyone talking. Liam Payne's tragic fall from grace. That's right, folks. Liam Payne, the dreamy-eyed heartthrob who stole our hearts in One Direction, is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. We're talking a story so wild, so unexpected, it's got everyone wondering, what really happened? It seems like just yesterday, Liam was setting hearts aflutter on stage with his boy band buddies. Fast forward a few years, and the star was navigating the ups and downs of solo stardom, battling personal demons, and trying to find his footing in a post-One Direction world. But behind the glitz and glam, there were whispers. Whispers of late-night parties, erratic behavior, and struggles that went far beyond the typical celebrity narrative. Now, these are just rumors, people. We all know how the rumor mill churns, especially in the cutthroat world of showbiz. But one thing's for sure, Liam's journey was far from picture perfect. And then it happened. The news that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Liam Payne was gone. Details were sketchy, shrouded in mystery and speculation. But one thing was clear. Liam's story had taken a dark and unexpected turn. The official reports are just starting to trickle in, painting a grim picture of what happened that fateful night. But trust me, you guys, I've got my ear to the ground and I'm about to spill all the tea. So what really happened on that balcony? Was it a tragic accident? A desperate cry for help? Or something more sinister? Stay tuned because we're about to unravel the mystery of Liam Payne's final moments. Okay, so rewind the clock with me, people. It's the day before the incident and Liam is spotted out and about, looking, dare I say, a little worse for wear. Witnesses say he seemed withdrawn, lost in thought, nursing a cup of coffee like it held the answers to life's biggest mysteries. Was he grappling with inner demons, contemplating his next career move? Or maybe just trying to shake off a killer hangover? We may never know. Later that day, he posts a cryptic message on social media, something about dancing on the edge and embracing the unknown. Now, hindsight is 20/20, right? And everyone's a poet when tragedy strikes. But still, chilling stuff, right? Section 2. Whispers and Rumors, Unraveling the Events Leading to the Balcony. Fast forward to the night of the incident. Liam was spotted at a swanky hotel bar, the kind where the champagne flows like water and everyone's got a secret. Sources say he was with friends, or at least people who called themselves friends. Now, remember those whispers I mentioned earlier? Well, they seem to follow Liam everywhere, and this night was no exception. Some say he was celebrating a new record deal. Others claim he was drowning his sorrows after a nasty breakup. One thing's for sure, though. Witnesses say Liam was drinking, and not just sipping politely like a gentleman. We're talking tequila shots, champagne toasts, the whole shebang. Section 3. Setting the scene. A night of revelry takes a dark turn. As the night wore on, things reportedly got a little messy. Voices were raised, accusations were flung, and let's just say security was put on high alert. Now, we don't know exactly what went down in that hotel room, but something tells me those walls could talk, honey. And they'd have one heck of a story to tell. What we do know is this. At some point, Liam ends up on the balcony, alone. And that, my friends, is where things take a tragic and frankly unbelievable turn. Stay tuned, because in our next act, we're breaking down the fall itself and the frantic moments that followed. You won't believe what happened next. Section 1. The Balcony. A perilous stage for a star's final act. So, picture this. It's the dead of night, the city lights are twinkling below, and Liam Payne, fueled by who knows what, is out on that balcony. Now, balconies, they always seem so glamorous in movies, don't they? Romantic rendezvous, deep conversations under the stars. But let's be real, honey, they can also be downright dangerous, especially after a few too many cocktails. And remember, we're talking about a hotel balcony here, not some sprawling terrace overlooking the French Riviera. This thing was probably the size of a postage stamp, barely enough room to swing a cat, let alone contemplate the meaning of life. But contemplate Liam did. Witnesses say he was pacing back and forth, talking on his phone, maybe even singing at the top of his lungs. Who knows? Maybe he thought he was back on stage, giving an impromptu concert to the unsuspecting guests below. Section 2. Plummeting from grace witnesses recount the shocking scene.
And then it happened. 1 minute Liam's there, a silhouette against the night sky, the next he's gone. Vanished. Like a magician's disappearing act, only this was no illusion. Down below, on the bustling city streets, chaos erupted. People screamed, horns blared, and a collective gasp rippled through the crowd as they realized what they were witnessing. A man falling from the sky. Witnesses say it happened so fast, like a scene out of an action movie gone wrong. 1 minute he was there, the next he was plummeting towards the ground. A security guard on break, grabbing a late-night hot dog, told reporters he saw a flash of movement, a blur against the neon signs, then a sickening thud.
Section 3. A desperate scramble, the frantic call for help. Section 4. Whispers in the wind, the aftermath and mounting speculation.
As dawn broke, casting an eerie glow over the now cordoned-off street, the gravity of the situation began to sink in. Liam Payne, the boy band heartthrob, the solo artist trying to find his way, was gone.
The rumor mill went into overdrive. Was it an accident, a misjudged step, a faulty railing? Or was there something more sinister at play? Had the pressures of fame finally become too much for Liam to bear? Was this a cry for help gone tragically wrong?
The questions swirled like the wind whistling through the empty streets. A chilling reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, celebrity lives are often far more fragile than they appear.
Stay tuned, because in our next act, we'll delve into the official reports, the autopsy results, and the shocking details that have left everyone reeling. You won't want to miss this. Section 1. Autopsies and Whispers, unmasking the truth behind the tragedy.
Okay, folks, so things are about to get real when the autopsy report comes in. It's like the final word, the ultimate truth teller in these celebrity tragedies. And let me tell you, Liam Payne's autopsy, Juicy doesn't even begin to describe it. It's like they took all the drama, all the speculation, and crammed it into one official document. The National Criminal and Correctional Prosecutor's Office, they're not messing around, honey. They're the ones who spilled the tea, and believe me, it was scalding hot. They said Liam suffered multiple traumas. Not just one little boo-boo, but multiple. Internal bleeding, external bleeding. It was a whole mess, and not the kind you can clean up with a magic eraser.
Section 2. A gruesome discovery, the autopsy report's grim revelations.
Now, I'm no doctor, but even I know that internal and external bleeding is bad news bears. We're talking serious damage here, folks. The kind that makes you wince just thinking about it. And it gets worse. Remember those rumors about Liam's wild nights? The parties, the substances, the whole rock star lifestyle? Well, the autopsy report didn't exactly put those rumors to rest. They found traces of, let's just call them party favors in his system. Now, I'm not saying that's what caused the fall, but it definitely adds another layer to this already complicated story. And the cherry on top of this gruesome sundae? A fractured skull. Yep, you heard that right. A fractured skull. It's enough to make you want to wrap yourself in bubble wrap and never leave the house again.
Section 3. More than meets the eye, the doctor weighs in.
Now, because we here at Famous Faces Scoop TV believe in giving you the full story, we reached out to a medical professional to break down the autopsy report in plain English. And let me tell you, this doctor didn't sugarcoat anything. He said Liam's injuries were consistent with a fall from a significant height. No surprises there, right? But he also said something interesting. He said the combination of the injuries, the internal bleeding, the fractured skull, it all suggested that Liam may have been, wait for it, unconscious before he even hit the ground. Unconscious? Can you believe that? It's like something out of a nightmare. 1 minute you're partying on a balcony, the next you're, well, you know.
Section 4. Prescription for disaster, unraveling the role of medication. Now, remember those party favors we talked about earlier? Well, according to our medical expert, they weren't the only substances in Liam's system. It seems our boy was also on a cocktail of prescription medications. Painkillers, anti-anxiety meds, sleeping pills, you name it, he was on it. And here's the kicker. Some of those medications, they're not exactly known for their party-enhancing qualities. In fact, when mixed with alcohol, they can have some pretty nasty side effects. Dizziness, confusion, impaired judgment, even loss of consciousness. Sound familiar? Section 5. A tragic cocktail piecing together the puzzle of Liam's demise. So let's piece this puzzle together, shall we? We've got a troubled star, struggling with the pressures of fame, self-medicating with a dangerous cocktail of pills and booze. He's out on that balcony, alone in the darkness, maybe trying to clear his head, maybe looking for an escape. The medications are kicking in, messing with his head, making him dizzy, disoriented. And then, it happens. He stumbles, he loses his balance, or maybe he just doesn't care anymore. Whatever the reason, the end result is the same. Liam Payne, the boy who once had the world at his feet, is gone. And the saddest part of all? We may never know for sure what truly happened on that balcony. Was it an accident? A cry for help? Or a tragic surrender to the demons he could no longer outrun? Only Liam knows the answer to that question. And sadly, he's not here to tell his side of the story. A star's light dimmed, remembering Liam Payne's legacy. So here we are, folks, at the end of Liam Payne's story. A story that began with so much promise, so much talent, so much life ahead of it. It's hard to believe that the charismatic young man who once set hearts aflutter with his boyish charm and soulful voice is now gone, his light dimmed far too soon. But while Liam's time on this earth may have been cut tragically short, his impact on the music world, on his fans, on everyone who ever felt the power of his music, will continue to resonate for years to come. He was, after all, a part of something truly special. One Direction wasn't just a boy band, it was a global phenomenon, a force of nature that united millions of fans across cultures and continents. From stage lights to city lights, a life cut tragically short, and Liam, with his soulful voice, his undeniable stage presence, and that mischievous twinkle in his eye, was a huge part of that magic. He went from a shy teenager with a dream to a global superstar, performing for sold-out crowds, winning awards, and living a life most of us can only dream of. But as we've seen, the price of fame can be steep, and the road to stardom is often paved with heartache, pressure, and temptations that can be hard to resist. Liam's story, like so many others in the unforgiving spotlight of celebrity, reminds us that behind the glamorous facade, behind the perfect smiles and the carefully curated Instagram feeds, celebrities are human beings, just like us, grappling with their own demons and vulnerabilities. A cautionary tale, the price of fame and the perils of addiction. And let's be real, folks, Liam's story is also a cautionary tale about the insidious nature of addiction, the way it can creep into even the most charmed lives and wreak havoc behind closed doors. Whether it's the pressure to maintain a certain image, the constant scrutiny of the public eye, or the loneliness that can come with fame, too many talented artists turn to substances to numb the pain, to escape the pressure, to simply feel something, anything, in the midst of the chaos. And as we've seen with Liam, the consequences can be devastating, not just for the individuals struggling, but for their families, their friends, and their fans around the world. It's a vicious cycle, a tragic story that's been told time and time again, and yet it never gets any easier to hear. Final goodbyes and lingering questions. Liam's story ends, but the conversation continues. As we say goodbye to Liam Payne, as we mourn the loss of his talent and his potential, let's remember that his story doesn't end with his tragic passing. Let his story be a reminder to check in on our loved ones, to offer support to those who are struggling, and to never underestimate the power of a listening ear and a kind word. And let's continue the conversation about mental health, about addiction, about the pressures of fame, so that maybe, just maybe, we can prevent another tragedy like this from happening again. Rest in peace, Liam. Your music will live on, and your story will continue to inspire important conversations for years to come. This has been Famous Faces Scoop TV, where there's never a dull moment. Until next time, stay informed, stay compassionate, and most importantly, stay juicy. Bye-bye.